What's going on, guys? Tane the Digital Realtor here, aka The Handler, aka your favorite Hampton Roads Realtor. Today, I'm bringing you January's market stats for the last month over here in Hampton Roads. All right, this is all residential stats, so no commercial whatsoever. Very similar to December stats, but slight difference here and there, which we'll be going over shortly. But before we start, if you could, hit the thumbs up button if the video quality is good. I'm trying to make sure that the content I'm putting out there is good quality. And as well, if you want to hear more about this information and if you find this valuable, please hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell. But most importantly, I want to make sure that the format that I'm giving this information in is good. So if you could comment down below on any recommendations that you would like. This is something that I'm trying out, where, you know, especially just showing you guys the data and just talking over it, right? So if you prefer that, you know, if you like it, just comment down below. But if you prefer something else, such as like me going over it, you know, literally over the notes, with my face in it or whatever, just let me know, comment down below as well. All right, greatly appreciated, but let's dive into it. So January 2022, the stats are insane. And today I'm going to do something slightly a little different to show you guys how much the market has changed since 2020, because I actually have the data from 2020 as well. So this is going to be really cool. So first things first, we're going to go over to January 2022 stats. As of right now, we hit another historic low. So last month, the historic low for our MSI, which is monthly supply of inventory, was 0.88. Now, the MSI in January fell again to 0.79. Which means, literally, that if agents such as myself are not building relationships, cold calling, bringing more inventory to the market, there is literally less than a month left of supply. That means that if no one was to list another home from today and on, the inventory will be gone in less than a month. All right. And such low MSI also means that people are buying homes at a faster rate than newly listed homes are actually coming on the market. Right. So, and when I share with you guys the 2020 stats, you guys are going to be really mind blowing on how big of a difference the inventory has changed in the last 2 years. All right. The buyers in this market are definitely having a go for it, a tough go for it in the past 2 years because of the low inventory. Essentially what's happening, what we're seeing out there is 5 offers on one new listing. And obviously only one buyer will be successful in the bid and leaves the other 4 disappointed and still looking. And it can be very discouraging for buyers out there. So if you are a buyer out there, just know that it is doable. You just have to approach it the proper way. And there's many ways of doing it. I mean, we just won a bid last week. We weren't the highest asking, right? And we weren't the best terms either. But there were ways that we sweetened the deal, where we put in pretty much, there's a VA loan. So what we did was we put in an appraisal guarantee amount as if it was almost their down payment, which helped secure the deal, and as well a quick closing. We did have decent terms, but most importantly, what helped was me selling my buyer's story, and as well, most importantly, my experience, and as well my lender's experience, because that plays a huge role in this market if you're a buyer out there searching. So I always express it to my, when I'm on the buying side, I express it to the listing agents that I am an experienced agent. We've done a ton of deals, me and my lenders together. And this is super important because when I'm on the listing side, I'm also looking for buyer's agents that are experienced and have coached and guided their clients properly. So I know that the deal is not going to fall through and they know what they're doing on their end, especially on the financing end. All right. But aside from that, the craziest thing right now, the median sales price of residential property sold for January 2022 was $291,000. That's up pretty much from, that's up from $290,000 from December 2021, but nearly a 10% year over year from $264,950 from last January, which is insane. So that's definitely one of the largest increases we've seen in some time. And most sellers are enjoying the peaked pricing right now. But one of the things that I'm also seeing, sellers are scared to even put their home on the market because they're worried about not being able to find the next property. And that is a legitimate concern. However, there's ways to get around it, and this is where a professional realtor will be able to guide you through the proper way. We have what's called Hubbard clauses and reverse contingency, which is essentially where you make it contingent upon you finding the next property. You can also do rent back, which is my preferable method because we're able to get such long rent backs nowadays, like 3 to 4 months until we find the next property. And that's a lot. The reason why I prefer that method is because of the fact that you can essentially, there won't be a sale contingency anymore. We sell the property, we get the rent back from the buyers for about 3 to 4 months, help us find the next property, and then we move on to the next. And these are things that's going to be needed to be done in order for the inventory to catch up, because a lot of it has to do with right now sellers being scared of being homeless, which is understandable. And that's a legitimate concern. So but despite the slight increase in the new listings, active listings are down from last month and last year at the same time. January 2022, we have right now 2,536 active listings compared to 3,664 in January 2021, and 2,821 in December 2021. But the craziest thing that I will share with you guys today, we have January 2020 stats, and there was 6,648 active listings in January 2020. So that is a 4,000 something less than what we currently have, which is insane. 4,100 something listings less, right? And pending sales were 2,486, which is down slightly year over year in comparison to last year. And then the same thing for January 2020, actually, it's down about like 300. In January 2020, the pending sales were 2,147, right? And January settled sales totaled about 2,321. It's up about 1.27% year over year, and this has a lot to do with, again, the low inventory and increased pending sales. The new construction sales listed in the MLS were 269 in comparison to 309 in December 2022. And the median number of days on market, this is such an important number that I always try to stress to all of my sellers, my clients, especially whether if you're on the buying or selling side, because that'll get you a good idea of exactly how quickly a home will go and how competitive it'll be. The median numbers of days for residential properties staying on the market in Hampton Roads in January was 16 days, which is amazing. That means homes are going under contract in less than 16 days usually, right? And it's this is something that we've never seen before. And what I am hoping on is more sellers and more agents advising their seller the proper way, so this way we can get more inventory on the market, because this isn't healthy long term wise. It's definitely great right now for sellers, getting as much as possible for the home. But like I said, one of the struggles we're running across right now is for my sellers finding the inventory, and a lot of sellers are scared to even put their home on the market because they're worried about not finding anything. So I think it comes to a point where it does need a little correction. We're balancing out. Sorry for the cough, but I had COVID last month, so my cough is still around, but I'm okay. But yeah, this is insane. Thanks for tuning in today, guys. If the quality of the audio and as well the video was good, hit the thumbs up button. That'd be greatly appreciated, so this way I can get a good idea that I'm on track. And as well, if you could comment down below, give me some feedback, what you thought about the video in regards to the market stats, and most importantly, the format of the video. If you want me to continue doing it this way, where I'm sharing the screen with you on the market stats and just with my voice overlay, or if you prefer to see this pretty face going over with a sheet of paper and going over the numbers right in front of the camera, right? And also, if you found this information valuable, if you could hit the subscribe button and ring the notification bell, so this way you can get alerted next time another video drops. But other than that, I hope everyone has an amazing rest of the month, and I'll be back next month. Have a good one.